Arteta has been taking us now for a journey that seems forever, but I feel next season will be the season that we finally deliver what
next season.
Promising. Yes.
Doesn't that sound like Netflix?
Yes, it's a Netflix something, you understand? So we keep having next season for the past 5 seasons now. So we don't have to actually wait for next season. When Pikin no sabi book, you no go tell and saying get handwriting.
It's Banter Edition here on the Nutmeg on Guardian TV, and today we're going to be talking about Arsenal Football Club and Mikel Arteta. Should they give Mikel Arteta one more season at the helm at the Emirates? And that's the topic for today. Here is, of course, another edition of the Nutmeg. My name is Ayomide Sotubo, and this, of course, is your favorite show here on Guardian TV. All right, of course, I've got two cable-bodied fans ready to rock and roll here with me on this edition of the Nutmeg. It's Banter Edition, like I did say. And first, we have someone you're used to, Hogan. Hogan is back. Of course, Man United not having the best of seasons, but Hogan, they still got to win the Europa League, and that could mean something.
Yes, definitely. Of course, we know that whether we finish 16 or 17 in the league table, we know that things are rough there, but we just know that Manchester United is a different team entirely when it comes to the Europa League, and we are hoping actually.
Hope against hope.
We win the trophy like we always do every season for the past 3 seasons.
Okay. At least there's evidence for that. But I've got a debutant on the show as well. Ugochukwu is here. He's an Arsenal fan and he's looking calm, maybe like the way things are in North London at this point in time, with Arsenal out of all the titles they could probably have contended for this season. Are you still trusting the process, Ugochukwu?
Trusting the process is something we have been doing for a long time, and currently now, I still trust the process. Arteta has been taking us now for a journey that seems forever, but I feel next season will be the season that we will finally deliver what
next season
promising. Yes.
Doesn't that sound like Netflix?
Yes, it's a Netflix something, you understand? So we keep having next season for the past 5 seasons now, or let's say, okay, let me bring it down. Let's say for the past 3 seasons now, we've always had next season, and I feel like we need to look into it. It's an issue. Finishing second, which I don't feel that this season will even end in second position.
We'll have to wait and see for that one.
Wait and see, but I don't think Arsenal will finish second on the table as we speak now, looking at their previous games, you know. So we don't have to actually wait for next season. When Pikin no sabi book, you no go tell and saying get handwriting. So I feel Arteta, it's time for him to leave. If you guys really want to win something.
Well, shots are fired already, but the real topic today is, should they give him one more season? Let's start with you, the Arsenal fan. Having spent 5 seasons, you're watching your rivals in Man United or Tottenham Hotspur, your North London rivals, could potentially go on to win a title, and you've not done that in 5 years. Man United can tell you they finished 16th or 17th, but still win a title. When do you lose patience with this process?
Arteta is a wonderful coach, and before he came into Arsenal, to be very fair, my club were not competing for anything. In fact, we're not even fighting for top 4. So he came into Arsenal, he changed the dynamics of everything. He gave us the team that we actually look for to compete for the league and compete for cups. And even though he has fallen short for like 3 seasons on a row, we still have this confidence and we still have this belief that he can give us this thing.
But that sounds like he has gaslighted you, because I mean, you're not winning. Or what do you think, Hogan? They're not winning, but they are content with next season.
Let me just say this. We all know the issues Arsenal is facing presently, and I don't think it's, yes, some persons will say Arteta is the issue. Like me, I will always say Arteta is the issue. Some persons will say it's the board. They didn't give him this, they didn't give him that, they didn't, you know. We can mention like that. But I still feel like there are several clubs in Europe today, which Arsenal is one of the top clubs, that if a coach has not delivered any silverware to you in 4 seasons, in 2 seasons, we have some clubs who, even after a season, a trophy. I mean, Louis van Gaal gave Manchester United an FA Cup. They sacked him the next morning after winning an FA Cup. Moyes did not even spend up to 1 season for Manchester United. They see that he's not going to be giving them anything. They sacked him. Ten Hag gave Manchester United 2 trophies. They sacked him. Mourinho gave Manchester United 2 trophies. They sacked him in the 3rd season. They didn't allow them finish. But here we are, Arsenal, saying that we are still trusting the process. I wonder the process we're actually trusting.
Let me ask Ugochukwu, do you think in those 5 years that he spent so far, I mean since 2019, it's 6 years, do you think that he has gotten the most that he could have gotten out of this team Arsenal with the amount of money? Bearing in mind he spent 750 million pounds, Great Britain pounds, to invest in this team, and now they finished second in consecutive seasons for 3 seasons. Is this the best that they could have got?
Obviously, this is not the best, and I know that everything will come into light, the criticism and the amount that he has spent and the time that he has spent. But if you come to think of it, Arsenal have been unfortunate in some instances. Some seasons we have been plagued with injuries, especially this season. Most of our top players were injured. And if you look at the thin line of the thinness of the squad, you see that we don't have that squad depth. And he complained severally during the January transfer that he needed players that will give them goals, players that will help them up front, but the board still did not do anything until it was late in the transfer. They were going for someone like Oli Watkins and the rest. So the board has a role to play also. If they
the board have committed 750 million pounds.
Yes, they have.
So
they have.
They played a role, haven't they?
They have, and sometimes you need to understand that Arteta said that we are in a phase. So we need to trust the process. We've gone through the first phase, building with the young boys, trusting the process, and you can see that now we are in a stage where it is that this is the delivery stage now. That's why I feel he just needs to give us this season.
But he's failed again, hasn't he?
I won't call this season a failure.
But I will, because you said we are trusting the process. So the process of about 6 years now, 5 seasons, a process of giving you just a silverware FA Cup. That was his first season. It was not. We could even say
COVID
it was not the one.
Yeah,
it was not even the one that actually started the process of that. Yes, and it was giving good and fine. And I feel that is what has given most Arsenal fans a hope of no return. That is going to give us.
Let's even look at things this way.
Okay,
let's look at things this way, because we're talking about Arsenal and where they are. Let's talk about the man Arteta. He was coming into this job as an assistant coach from Manchester City. He's built himself, but the club has not been built that much. Except, I mean, fans are okay with just competing as they always do. He's not built that team to win trophies, at least on evidence of what we have seen so far. So, he's a better coach. He will get a better job if he is sacked today. But what about Arsenal?
I feel he has taken Arsenal to another level, to the level of competing with other top teams and other top clubs. For the past 10 years, Arsenal were nowhere in the Champions League. And then last season, we went to the Champions League. We dropped out at the quarterfinals. Last season, this current season, we dropped in the semi-final. So
next season, you enter the final.
There's possibility
and
that
lose
next
the
season we will get to the next stage, which is the final,
right?
And we're going to win it.
And then 2 seasons, you get to the final again and win
it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So even in
that's the process.
So even in the league, yes, we've been coming short. This is the 3rd time that it looks like we're going to finish second. But notwithstanding, we need to look at it. The first time we finished second, to be fair, no one expected Arsenal to compete for the league. No one even saw Arsenal as a title contender until maybe the January, February time. We now look like, wow, Arsenal is actually going for the league. So the first season was more or less like the stage that was okay, fine, he's giving us this strength and to go and compete with the big boys of the league. The last season was the chance to do it, but we fell short with injuries. And let's be fair, Man City had a super team last season and last 2 seasons.
But Liverpool have had a super team too this season. Is that it?
Liverpool, they have been more consistent than Arsenal.
But you know that Man City, those 2 seasons where you brought to the league, Manchester City were the ones who won the league, and they had injuries of key players. And there were several seasons where Manchester City won the league with their major striker going on injury. I feel that your issue, I said it before in some previous shows, the issue Arsenal face is that you do not have a striker who can give you comfortably go and assist 30.
In a season.
But you sold players. You sold what's his name? Nketiah. You sold him. He's somebody who can come in as a backup. The season before you sold him, he was doing better. it was coming up. But you banked on Kai Havertz. You banked on Ghebreyesus. Ghebreyesus and Kai Havertz went on injury before December. And in January, transfer window was open. And instead of both Arteta and the board to sign a striker, they decided to go for a midfielder, Merino. And now you are using Merino as a striker. It can't do the job.
You know, Hogan, we can keep talking on and on and on, but we have to bring things to a close at this point in time. Maybe we can all just agree that we'll never know until when the board decides what they want to do. But at this point in time, it's looking more likely that they'll keep it. Yes or yes?
Yes, they will keep Arteta because it looks like they're on a very, very good trajectory. And I feel next season is a big season for Arsenal.
You mean Netflix?
Not Netflix. I mean next season.
Well, that's the much we can take here on the Nutmeg. It's been an interesting debate, of course, about the future of Arsenal coach Mikel Arteta. You can also get more content like this on our YouTube channel. You subscribe to Guardian Nigeria and also tap the notification bells to get all other latest content that we have, news in and around Nigeria. Thank you very much, guys. Ugochukwu, it's been a pleasure having you.
Thank you.
And Hogan, as always.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. And for watching, thank you very much as well. We'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.